5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is JB Levi bringing you another video for your growth. And here we go. Because this, you see, the title is How to Be the Woman He Needs. And we're going to figure out how to get y'all to the place. You women, I mean, I'm a single man, but I got standards. And my standards are not low. I don't feel like the only thing you can bring to the table is something between your legs, a hole between your legs. That's not me. And I'm going to show you how to be more valuable than just your most prized possession. So here we go, and I'm without further ado, I'm gonna just give it to you in the ways that I have it. I mean, there's no particular order, but this is it. For me, I think most men like me, cause I mean, I talk to plenty of guys, man. I know plenty of guys, not just hood dudes. I know y'all like your hood niggas, but that's not what I'm aiming at. I'm aiming at how you get. Even if you want a hood dude, he's still gonna look for certain things, and the only way you're really gonna get him out of that lifestyle or to see the value in you is to present these traits to him so that he can be like, okay, this one different. Out of all the women I met, this one different. And I know people try to be that different one, or females try to be that different one, and you want to represent yourself as somebody who's not the same as them. We oftentimes say we the baddest, and we separate ourselves. That's cool. That's a good first hand thought to have, but reality gonna kick in after a while, and you gonna have to represent something different. It's not just gonna be your words that's gonna represent that. It's gonna be your actions. So here we go. The first one I got down is be humble and respectful and generous. Now, that could go really broad, and I think we can say what is respectful and generous, but I think we got to get down to some of the bullet points of this. That's why I got notes, because I want to make sure I cover these things that are there so that we can make the steps. So first, that doesn't mean you have to be weak, but don't be egotistical. I'm gonna go over these quick. Don't overstep your privileges and stay quiet and peep game. Move in silence. Guys like that. Guys like when a girl is quiet and move in silence. She ain't gotta have all these people around her, and she ain't gotta be telling her business all over the place. No, we ain't being secretive, but we still don't want our business on Jump Street. And I think society make it cool to put sex tapes out, so to speak, about your personal business, and it brings everybody in your relationship. And the number one reason I feel like marriages mess up or break apart is because so much people is involved in the marriage. So much people know the drama that's going on when it should stay behind closed doors. So it's very important that if you want to be the guy he looking for, you gotta move in silence. That's just the point to it. Don't overstep your privileges. When you put in a situation or in an environment, don't go above and beyond your means. Just stay humble, stay consistent, and be who you know you are. Don't look for the whole shebang. And so, but like I said, it doesn't mean you have to be weak, but don't be in egotistical. Don't be so locked into your mind that you lose sight of who you really are. You put yourself above your standards. And I seen it plenty times. And females get in arguments and wonder why they arguing with a dude that's not even a dude. It just should never really happen. If you gonna be the woman that he ain't want you bring that kind of drama to him. He gotta go balk somebody off because you getting in drama. He don't need that energy. Even if he love you and want to protect you, he don't need that energy. Real talk. And so my next point is just know your worth. These don't go in order, but it is Lord the birdie singing. It don't go in order, but it is a way of you to reflect on these different points. So the next one is know your worth, and I got bullets for that. Don't give yourself to every man you see. Pause for a moment of silence to think on that. Don't give yourself to every man you see. Ain't no guy want that, and I know y'all know that. But you know, it's life, and so we don't condemn y'all because y'all done been with them. Because we wouldn't even sleep with you if that was the case. We just don't want to be with you like that. Just saying. Be confident with the skin you're in. Part of knowing your worth is knowing who you are. Just being comfortable with yourself. Know that you are needed, not just settle for being wanted. That's powerful. Know that you are an asset and not a liability. Know that you are needed and don't just settle for being wanted by people. You got to know your worth for that. Because if you don't know your worth, you'll treat yourself as for everybody. Any and it ain't just everybody, but you will have your selected people that well I can be this for him or I can be this and you carry them around like trophies. It's not you're not for everybody. A trophy only goes to first place. It don't go to second, third, fourth, and fifth. That's why they got a first place. So you don't have to, you know. Nevertheless, know your power is in your wisdom, not in your ability to manipulate, control, or dominate. Moment of silence. Know that your power is in your wisdom and not your ability to manipulate, control, or dominate. Too many women I find got these masculine traits. They want to dominate and control men and tell men what to do. And it come from weak men. It come from weak men. Men not being men. They being little boys or they just, they ain't mature. And you get that power to control them and you get addicted to that power to control. And you never want a guy who can control not really control you, but can control the atmosphere, which we'll talk about in a little bit. You never get a guy who can do that. You get a guy who is submissive to you, and that's why you ain't attracting the right man. It don't matter how he look. It don't matter how much money he got. If he is submissive to you, it won't work. You know who come to my mind? The celebrities that come to my mind: Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill. Nicki Minaj controlled Meek Mill. Meek Mill was not in control of that relationship, and that's where it comes to that dominating thing. And so y'all have to define that for yourself. And you could say you want to be in control, or your man ain't this, your man ain't that. Well, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna be lacking for that same reason, because you want a man who's masculine, who can dominate you, but you dominating him. That don't make sense. But anywho, the next bullet point we're gonna cover is be beautiful and elegant. I can't stress that enough, because we do not want somebody who's broke, busted, and disgusted. That's just a terminology. I don't mean broke, busted, and disgusted, but we don't want somebody who is not really taking care of themselves like they should, man. And so my bullet points for this is look your best. There's always someone prettier. Just side note, there's always someone prettier. Because don't think because you look your best, you ain't gonna find no other girl in this world who look and got it going better than you. It ain't about just being the prettiest girl. So don't get jealous of other women. Be beautiful and for yourself, and then you can really attract the person that may be for you. And next point is watch your health and weight. I said watch your health and weight. which means be healthy. I think we understand to a degree how to be healthy, but at the same time, we understand how to be healthy, but at the same time, we got to learn how to be healthy. And I say that like, I mean, you got to really be intentional about, about your health. Because we don't want, who want to be with a girl who, in her latter years, she dealing with these and that and X, Y, and Z. Don't think it's too late. It's 60 something year old women becoming weight trainers. It's never too late. You can do it. It's not a oh, it's too hard. Oh, I don't got, oh, nobody will go to the gym with me. Making so many excuses for that. Don't make excuses for being un 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 ugh. I don't even know the word. Don't make excuses for not being who you should be. Should I say? Don't make excuses for not elevating or not bettering yourself. That's the worst thing you can do because it keeps you where you at. It's nothing that says if you complain about it, it's gonna get better. It's no story out there that says that. So complaining, it is a thing in it that shows that hey, I don't like where I am, which is a good thing, but it's another step on the other side of that where you start to be intentional and set goals behind getting to that place with yourself where you're healthy. I did it. Look at me. I ain't always been, got my best physique and all of that. I had to go in the gym. I had to put the work in. So that's the same thing. And eating healthy is another thing. We want a woman who can cook and eat right. And I ain't saying you gotta know how to cook, but well, no, you do need to know how to cook something, but you don't have to know how to cook everything. It's just you gotta have some treats and cooking. Side note, it helps you develop better health than eating fast food all the time. That's a part of why the weight problem is even there. And so my next point is dress to impress. I think females got that pretty much down pack. But there are a few that they just hair rollers, weave, mash up. I ain't saying you gotta always look perfect, but you do have to express that you care about your looks and your well being, how you dress and stuff like that. It's very important because we pay attention to it. Whether we notice that whether it's at the forefront of our eyes or not, our subconscious pay attention to how you look, just like y'all pay attention to how we look. And y'all probably don't even be caring sometimes, but y'all still notice. So it's the same thing on the reverse foot. I, I got a point, but I ain't want to say that, right? Be clean. Uh, car, house, bathroom, bedroom. It should not be junky. Point blank, period. Be clean. Clean by yourself. Don't be like, oh, men don't clean or men make the mess. I've seen women who clean behind men religiously, like it's their duty, because that's a woman's trait. I don't know how you expedite that out of your conscience, out of who you are. Like you got to be clean. You got to be clean. Nobody want a nasty girl. Nobody. I mean, yeah, we'll mess with them, or you got men who will mess with them, or the standard might be low, but we don't keep them. The whole point of this is to find how to find yourself to be a person that a man can keep, that he want to marry, not that you just want to be with for a temporary moment. Okay, I ain't gonna go on too hard. Cultivate a taste for abstinence. This only reason this is beauty and elegance to me is because we value that. And I believe when you become such a person where you're not, and abstinence means refraining from indulgence, too much drinking, too much partying, so much, and sex, of course. But the reason why it's important is because it goes back to the health thing. It's not healthy to just be having sex with so many people. Actually, is a study that shows the more you use the thing down there, your system becomes more dry or corroded, so to speak. It wasn't meant to be used that much. I mean, it could be used as much, but it wasn't meant to go from place to place. These different connections with uh different energies and different, it wasn't meant to do that. And so you have to practice abstinence to a certain degree. You can't just be out there willy-nilly. And I mean, take that with a grain of salt. I ain't control of your life. I ain't control of what you do with your body. I'm just giving you what men want and look for and what they need, so to speak. And uh last bullet for this is light up a room with your charisma. That is so attractive to men when you can be a friend to not just the guy who likes you, but you can be a friend to all of the people who is just around you, wanting your attention, wanting your number and stuff. But you able to control that in a way where they gotta respect your boundaries. They gotta give you your space. I ain't talking about just tell them off and be stuck up. That's one thing. That's something completely different from what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you able to put them in check about their thoughts. You able to make them laugh. You able to joke with them, all while they want you and attracted to you, and can't even get you. That's so attractive. I can't even begin to say how how that make a man feel secure about his woman. Even though he can laugh with a guy, you know he know that's her personality to make people like her, or she's the light in the room that you can't dim her. See, men want to put you in a box and put you in a lantern and put you in a cage, say you can't talk to men and you can't do this and you can't be in public and you can't dress like this in public. If your woman is one of these type of women who know their worth and know who they are, you don't have nothing to worry about when your woman step in the room. Matter of fact, you know that she is gonna be an asset. She is gonna bring people into the wave that y'all on, and not just on some sneaky slime baller stuff. So that is very important to me. I don't know about every other man, but that is important to me. And so our next bullet point, we're gonna move on to number 3. Have a caretaker, nurturing spirit. And what that means is always try to see yourself as a mother to the younger generation. I think you know sometimes we don't see that we are influential, especially as women, especially as beautiful women, as elegant women. We are very influential to the culture. So we need to represent that in a way where it's respectable. Getting back to bullet points that I had up earlier. But yeah, start a garden or beautify your home. That's a way to show your caretaking abilities. It's like when you taking care of the plants and the animals and the home, and that's caretaker. A man love that because he know he gonna come home to a fresh, clean house. He know he gonna come home to a woman who smell good, the dog fed, and certain things that he might can't get to at the time. And he just want to know I got a backup source taking care of things while I'm grinding, while I'm doing the heavy lifting, running some hot bath water for him when by the time he get there or something, having the house smelling good, setting some incense, or just cooking. That's nurturing, caretaking. Um, being an attentive mother and wife. Don't consider it a burden. Listen, I can't stress that enough either. It's not a burden to be a mother. Some females take it as a burden. It's only a burden if you don't have somebody to help support you. That's the only time it's a burden. It should never be a burden because you birthed that child, you carried that child for 9 months. That 9 months prepared you to be ready to carry that child a whole nother distance of the way. And so you don't just you don't just become a great mother or a mother because you have a baby. You become a mother because you take care of the baby. And so that's what I mean when I say be attentive mother. And if you a wife, your spouse is gonna look at the fact, or if you trying to be a wife, they're gonna look at how you take care of your youngin. And so don't overlook that. Don't overlook that. That is very powerful. And God ultimately looking at that too. Like, how well do you manage these things? Because if I bring you a husband and you neglective about your child, well, what good that's gonna do? You're probably gonna be so much sucked into him that you almost forgetting your child needs you as just as much as he needs you. And that's where you see women, they'll bring no good dudes around their kids, and they not about the dude loving their kids, so to speak. They just about they just about the dude loving the dude, and that just don't work. It's like, if you want a guy who quality, I'm telling you, this for guys who pay attention to women and their traits. A good woman, we gonna see these stuff whether we intentional about it. We don't go around looking for all of these things, no, but we kind of subconsciously want these things, and we crave these things, and it's because we ourselves had to either receive it from our mother or father, and we just want to reciprocate it because it's logical. That's all it is. It's humanity being passed down. That's all it is. It's just people don't know because all of these things get into our thinking and cause us not to see the value in these stuff. And so, uh, see what's missing and be what's needed. Another way of caretaking and nurturing. It's like, you gotta see what's missing before you can be what's needed. You gotta see what that man needs. See what he don't have in his life. So you can come in and be that nurturing factor in his life. Now, women are really good at this. Don't get it twisted. Y'all give a dude money. Y'all do all of this for a guy, and but sometimes you have to realize that that's not what he really needs. He really needs X, Y, and Z. He don't need your money for free, because he can go get money. And if he didn't have you, he'd find a way to get some money. So you don't need to give him money because he don't got money. You need to give him something else that he might be missing. It may be like, well, he need support for his vision. He need mental stability. He needs somebody to talk to. You don't always have to be money and sex, man. It's just not always about that. You got to find out what a guy really missing, what he really lacking. And I think y'all smart enough to help figure this stuff out for yourselves. I'm just being the voice that will really help you understand how to position yourself. And the next one is, uh, love people who may seem broken or negatively influenced. And I think this go to nurturing, because some stuff don't even have to do with a dude and you. Some stuff just have to do with random folk you see around, a homeless person or something. Some girl, some little girl got something happened to a little girl, and you just giving her advice, or it's simple stuff that we all pay attention to that you're doing, that we kind of be like, oh, she a good woman, man, despite the fact that she might be this down the third, or she might even be attractive and everything else. But if she got a heart for people besides people she know and care for, when she got a heart for the random stranger, we kind of be like, okay, she ain't just out here willy nilly and just not giving a hoot nanny. She out here trying to do the thing, trying to help people, trying to build something, and that flows into my next point. But I'm just giving it to you how it's coming on this paper. And so, see the need for your love even when it's not reciprocated. That goes back to what I just said. You, and even with guys, like, love is not always sex. I don't know why people portray it like that, but if I have sex, I mean, oh Lord, see the need for hold up, see the need for your love, even when it's not reciprocated. So when people claim to love and care for you and whatnot, and they don't really express it, or oh boy, I gotta cut this video because I getting messed up. I hate distractions. Um, yeah, I gotta cut it.